Happy Thursday. It's your friend Gio. I'm here for Nutrition Kitchen's holiday edition. It's our last holiday edition. It's our last Nutrition Kitchen of 2025. Can you guys believe it? But I'm coming back for you. And I want to know who you are. So since this is a live segment on the Brook Body app, please write your name down. I'm not quite sure if we're live just yet. It hasn't said we are. So hang on, everyone. Let me check the app. Always little glitches with lives. Let's see. Am I live? Am I live? Am I live? Yes, I'm live. All right, awesome. I don't see anyone coming on just yet, but I will be looking at comments over here. So welcome to my kitchen. I'm Giovanna Mosconi, your friend Gio, and I'm the author of this wonderful book, The Chef of Greenwich Village. It's about my legendary father, and you guys get it for 50% off with code BBBODY. So make sure you go on my website and you will be able to take advantage of that offer. What are we going to make today? Well, first of all, welcome to my kitchen. So excited to be here. We're going to make dishes that I think you could introduce to your holiday table, still maintain your fit and wellness goals, but also not have to slave away in the kitchen all day. No one wants a host that slaved away. We want a host that is alive, well, glammed up, and ready. And that's what I love about these dishes. They allow us to do all of that. I just want to make sure. Okay, David is here. Hi, it's funny, David. Can you still hear me? Because I don't see any comments on the actual live. So it's wonderful if you can. I have no issues when I go live from my workout, and from my kitchen I do. So interesting. So we're making today 3 items. First, we're going to start off with chicken thighs, broiled. Doesn't sound like anything out of the ordinary, but it's going to be beautiful, holiday-ish, healthy, flavorful, and it's super quick to make it. We're going to use the broiler. Then we're going to make a leek and zucchini soup, flavorful, nutritious, anti-inflammatory, and then we're going to follow up with a little healthy dessert using dates, ricotta, pistachio, orange, and that's it. So please write down your names. We're going to get started in just 2 seconds. I want to make sure everything is working. I'm just going to text Faye. I don't see, I don't know what's going on here. Hang on, guys. Am I live? Any questions for me as we're here? Are you guys watching? Okay. All right. So let's talk about the ingredients in our first dish. We need some chicken. You can do this with an entire whole chicken. You can do this with a breast of chicken. We're choosing thighs. I like thighs. I find them to be more flavorful than just regular like white meat chicken. However, you can do this. Okay, David says he hears me great. I don't see anyone else. It's so interesting. I don't know what's going on with this live platform. And we're gonna do very simple ingredients. The reason why we're gonna do the chicken first is it takes time to cook, okay? So get yourself a pan. Notice I always line my pans with parchment paper. Not necessary, but easy cleanup. My chicken is super dry. It's been cleaned, it's been dried. It's also been sitting out for about 30 minutes to an hour. I like it to be room temperature. You're gonna get a much greater result that way. So I recommend drying your chicken really, really well. I'm gonna take a look if I could see any live comments. I'm gonna put hi to start it to see if it pops up on the computer. Yeah, the live is not working from the computer, so I'm gonna put back on my app. Sorry guys, it's always distracting. Okay, I could see it on the app. So what do we need for the ingredients? Simple, chicken, minced garlic. The difference between chopped garlic is chopped would be bigger since we're doing this as a marinade. Minced. We need some fresh herbs. I already did it for us. I took some rosemary, sage, and thyme, but any fresh herbs would work. A fresh oregano, fresh parsley, whatever your jam is. Lemon, and then I'm gonna put some rosemary to just put in at the end. We don't wanna put this in too early. It's going to burn. Once I have this, we're gonna start seasoning it. So, some salt. Just like that, liberally. I like salt. Some pepper. Okay, you guys can see that. And then I'm going to take my fresh herbs and my garlic and my olive oil. So I'm going to just take some olive oil and coat it. Not too much, okay? My hands are going to get a little dirty, so I'm going to have to wash it. I always touch my food. Just allow that to go into the chicken, and if you can, put a little of that oil underneath the skin as well, okay? So don't be afraid to massage your chicken. Now I'm going to take the garlic, and I'm just going to pour it all over, and I'm going to put some underneath that skin as well, okay? Put it right in that marinade. Put it right underneath. Why not? I love garlic. And now I'm going to take some fresh herbs, and I'm also going to stick it. Make sure you wash your hands if you're doing it like this. Chicken can be cross-contaminating, especially if my hands are going on the cutting board. Okay, so check that out. That's all I'm doing for my marinade. Wash my hands quickly before we do the next part. We're going to take some lemon. But we're not going to use the juice of the lemon. I know. Here is my rules about lemon in the kitchen. Zest before, juice after. Now, how many of you put on your juice beforehand and then put it in the oven? I'm not going to tell you it's completely wrong, but when you're doing that, you're going to have a more bitter taste. Your chicken will be tougher. And the vibrant taste of the lemon is going to be a little burnt. You're cooking it. I prefer taking the zest. The zest has a natural oil, so watch. I'm just going to zest it. This has already been cleaned. So I do zest before, juice after. It's a little rule. Okay, it's going to change your game. These little tips to me are called golden nuggets because you wouldn't think that, right? Haven't you seen people squeeze the lemon juice on top? Some people do a lot. And then they cook their chicken and they're like, why is it so tough? It's good, but it's a little bitter. You don't want that. So we do it after. Okay. I'm good with this. Look at that. Look at all that zest. Make sure you get it right up. Zest has a natural oil. It's fragrant. It's going to make our chicken nice. And we're not juicing it yet. The juice, we save it for the end. Just like that. I would ask if there's any questions, but I can't see the chat board. I'm just going to put a little bit more olive oil. And why only 2 pieces? Because that's all I have here in the house today. Only me and my husband. So 2 pieces, pop it in the oven. I'm having this for lunch. We're putting it in the broiler. I'm going to broil it for about 6 to 7 minutes. And then I'm going to flip it. Okay, so 6 to 7 minutes, about 1:44 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're going to remove this, get this out of the way. We're going to need this lemon juice. We're going to need this. And we're going to start preparing our leek and zucchini soup. One of my favorite soups to prepare. I hope you guys come with questions. Let me get this app going on again. Come on, app. What are you doing? What are you doing? All right. Not sure what's going on with the chat box today. Very, very strange. All right. Leek and zucchini soup. I'm going to text Brooke as well. Can you check if I'm live? Usually, unless none of you are here, which I would find to be just so crazy because usually all of you guys come to this. Okay. Let's try this again. Let's try this again. Oh, Kathy's here. All right. So I guess I am live from my phone. All right, guys. Leek and zucchini soup, such a beautiful holiday addition, but this is not just something I make during the holidays. I have this all the time. Leek. Get used to this vegetable. I'm going to show you how to clean it. I've already cut some of it, so I don't have to do it all here. A very dirty vegetable if you don't clean it properly, but this is an anti-inflammatory, very healthy. They love this vegetable in France and in Italy. Zucchini, I do organic. We have 1 yellow onion, coarsely chopped. We're going to blend this all so you don't have to be worried about your cuts. I'm using butter today. We have parsley and we have chives for the end. So let me show you first the leek, okay? Push this to the side. Leek. A lot of people don't know what to do with the leek. They see this in the store and they say to me, what do we do with that vegetable? I'm going to show you. The top part of the leek you cannot use at all, okay? So you're going to cut it up. It's not like fennel where we use the top part. This part is completely inedible. Say goodbye to that part. Done. Now this part is the good part. So you're going to slice it in half, just like that. I want you to see how dirty it is. Look at that. you see the dirt in leeks? It's like celery. Celery is like that too. So we're gonna chop it. I'm gonna clean my cutting board right after. I don't think I need it again. And we're gonna clean it nice and clean, because look at that. You could even see the dirt on here. I'm gonna put this in one of these, buy this, okay? I'm putting this right here. It lies on my sink. Let me turn so you guys can see. Watch. Get to see the mess behind the kitchen. I show you guys the good part in the videos, but we're keeping it real. And I'm going to make sure I really clean my leeks well. Nothing's worse than eating a dish of something when a chef or a restaurant, you'll see this with spinach a lot, where they don't clean it properly and you're getting sand. So don't skip these steps. I know people don't want to have to be bothered, but it's really important. You're basically putting dirt in your soup if you don't do this. And I like this because look how easy it is, okay? So we've cleaned that, and I will move my computer so you can see what I'm doing at some point. But we're gonna start sweating our vegetables now, okay? I'm using a term called sweat, not saute, sweat. There's a difference. When you're doing soup, you wanna sweat your vegetable. That means very low heat with a little bit of fat. We're using butter. I would normally use olive oil. We'll talk about why I'm using butter at some point. I'll tell you, it has to do with my husband. He had a diagnosis where he can't have olive oil anymore. The chef's daughter's husband cannot have olive oil anymore. Anyone want to shoot me? No, I'm just kidding. I know this is not a therapy session. It's a cooking segment. So we're going to add the leeks to the fat, okay? So let's melt my butter a little bit. I will bring you over closer. I just have to chop my zucchini. So we're melting this. Now you could use olive oil. I'm actually not afraid of butter, and this will probably add a little more creaminess to it and a little velvety texture. So once it's coated, I'm gonna add my zucchini my leeks right in there, okay? Good, so we're sweating. Make sure when you sweat your vegetables, it's a low medium heat, not saute. Why are we sweating? Because if you saute it, so Kathy had trouble logging in. I'm checking to see if my team, nobody's got my back today. Faye, Brooke, am I live? Sweating versus sauteing. Sauteing browns it, caramelizes it. We like that, but not for soups. Sauteing adds flavor and texture. Sweating is going to release the juice of the vegetable, and it's going to add the comfort to our soup. It's going to be softer. When would I saute? If I want to add something to the soup at the end, let's say I'm doing mushrooms, I would saute it. Saute is a little bit of a higher heat. You're not going to release the juice because you have it on a high heat, and you're going to get more of a caramelized effect to it. So let's call Faye while we do the next part, okay? I'm gonna call her because I don't wanna be live for no reason, okay? So let me call. This happened before for the first one, and none of you are talking to me, so I don't know. Zucchini is next. Okay, I'm sweating my leeks. Faye's not answering. We're gonna try Brooke in a second. We've got some zucchini. Same thing with zucchini. You're gonna cut off the ends. We're not gonna use those ends, okay? And then roughly chop it. So I always slice it in half. Faye's not picking up. Let's do Brooke. And we're then gonna cut it into little pieces, coarsely chopped. Hey, can you do me a favor? I'm live on the app, and I don't know if I'm live, and I have my cooking show going on. So I'm on the computer. But I can't see anyone on. I've been texting Faye. I don't know. All right, guys. I am. Everybody say hi to Brooke. We keep it real here.
Hang on, baby. Hang on. Upcoming live.
Yeah, the chat box is not working.
Computer. Oh, actually, I can't. Yep. Are you wearing green?
I'm wearing green. It's just that the chat box is not working. I don't see if anyone's here, but yep.
Let me tell you who's here. You have quite a few people here. Hold on. I love that you're calling me, and it's okay to be calling me.
Well,
it's okay to be calling me live. You have Caroline, who's new. You have David. You have Kathy.
Well, that's awesome. I'm gonna add a little bit more butter, guys. You still there, Brookie?
I love it. You've got Kathy, you've got Carolyn, you've got David, you've got new people.
Okay, great. Great. All right, guys, so we're sweating.
You look fantastic. I'm here with you.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna bring you guys over here then. You know why? Let's change the scene. One day we're gonna have cameras all over everybody, but for now, you've got me shifting, moving, and calling Brooke to see if I'm live. Okay, so I want you to see this. So I've got the pot and I'm sweating the leeks. And we're gonna put up the heat just a little bit higher, okay?
Yep, I'm here, love.
Oh, you're still here. Brooke's still here. I love it. It's like she's in my kitchen. All right, so once we got them sweating like this, and you have to be a little bit more patient with sweating, we're gonna add our zucchini. But before we do that, I'm going to check on the chicken. So let me grab my mitt. And I want to turn my chicken over, okay? So we're multitasking today, my friends, multitasking. Okay. You ever have one of those days? Yeah? Anyone else here ever have one of those days? This is it. where things are supposed to go a certain way, but they're not. All right, so I'm going to turn my chicken over. I knew I smelled something burning. It's the parchment paper. Just turn it over in the pan. Okay. Chicken's almost done. Whew. I was like, what's that burning? It's the parchment paper. I think I had a little too. Okay, so now my leeks are sweating. Let me get you higher. Okay. See that? Wooden spoon, butter, leeks, coarsely chopped. We eliminated the green part. We're not sauteing. We don't want to caramelize this. We're sweating, low heat, usually good for soups and stews. Now we're gonna add our zucchini. I'm gonna add my other onions, which I already forgot to add because I was concerned. Am I gonna let that bother me? No. Should I have added it in the beginning? Yes. Do things work out the way we want in the kitchen? No, it's a lot like life. Get over it. You got to get over it. I wanted everything to be perfect today. And these lives, for some reason, can really throw us off. You know, when we're supposed to be live and things are supposed to be a certain way, it's really the test in the kitchen. I have to be honest with you. One thing I learned about the kitchen is to have expectations are great, but you're simply going to have to course correct as you go along because it doesn't always work out that way. Few things that I'm dealing with here is an oven that doesn't work. Brand new oven, it makes a noise. So I've been broiling things. Another thing is this platform is not always live and it doesn't always work. So it throws us off. Part of being in the kitchen and staying sane is just saying to yourself, this is just food. It's just onions, zucchini, and leeks. And so what if the order is a little wrong? If we have a little love and a little flavor, it's going to be fantastic. So let's let this sweat. I'm actually going to put the heat up a little higher because it's taking a little longer than I want. That's okay. And I'm going to add some salt and I'm going to add some pepper. You want to season in the beginning, in the middle, and then a little bit at the end. Okay, my friends? Did you get that? You season a little in the beginning, a little in the middle, and a little bit at the end. A little fresh pepper. Not too many ingredients in here, as you see. Can you make this a little more hearty? Of course you can. You could add potato. What else can you add? You know what I would add? A rind of Parmigiano Reggiano. You know what? I'm going to do it right now. Let me show you. Let me show you. Things come to my head as I cook. Okay. All right. Brilliant thing to do when you're cooking. You're going to see Italians do this all the time. Take some Parmigiano Reggiano. And just take the rind. I just cut that off. Look at that. We're going to remove it at the end. Add it in for flavor. A little trick. No one can say that I didn't teach you anything in this class. All right, our vegetables are nice and sweaty like a good workout. I'm gonna see if you guys are chatting with me. We're gonna check on the chicken. The chicken is definitely broiling. It's so funny. I don't know why I'm struggling to get a chat box. Okay, Brooke Burke is here. I'm not sure if Gio can see our comments for some reason, but she will get back to all of you. You could bake at home, Kathy. I prefer to. I feel like I have more control. Colleen said, hi, Brooke. Poor Gio, you took the time to do all the mise en place. No, I'm cooking the soup along with you. But you guys can see me. Can you write that you can see me? Please do. Please do. I love when I get to see you guys. So it's hot. It's sweaty. The vegetables are sweaty. Let me see if I could show you what I mean by sweaty. Hold on. One day I'm going to have an assistant in here. Somebody who wants to learn how to cook. Okay, see that? Like, they're not caramelized, but they're soft. That's what we want for a soup. Now, the chicken's almost done. All right. The broth I'm using is a homemade chicken broth I made. And it's actually more of a stock because I didn't use meat. I used the bones and I cooked it for a long time. This took me about 18 to 24 hours to cook. I tend to like stocks like that. Look at that. You're just going to pour it all in. Okay, we're going to mix this all up. It's going to be really beautiful. Now I do this with a soup I do called a green detox soup as well, which is divine. Let's let this sit. I'm gonna season it again, just a little bit more. But remember, it's got that Parmigiano Reggiano rind. It's got onion, it's got leek, it's got zucchini. This is all the healthy stuff. And I'm not going to tell you to not put some grated cheese in at the end. I'm not afraid of cheese. I say I'm not afraid of a lot of things, but I'm not. I mean, it's flavor, it's good for us in moderation, right? Salt, pepper. You can add some fresh herbs. Let me show you what I'm gonna add. I'm gonna add a little fresh parsley. Why not? I have it. It's already cleaned. I've already cleaned my fresh parsley. I'm just gonna check on my chicken. Okay, fresh parsley. I don't mind that I'm gonna add some stems. Why? Oh, that cheese is good. Let me fix this. Because the stems are gonna get blended in there. So you just take this, kind of fold it over like that. That's all I need. Nice and easy, see that? This is how I really cook, guys. It's not fancy, it's a little sloppy, it's a little messy. Throw it in there, mix it all together. We're gonna let this cook. I'm gonna take out my chicken. Give me a second to do that. And then we're gonna move on to the best part, dessert. Dessert, dessert, dessert. Always the best part. So let's take out our chicken. I'm gonna show it to you. All right, our chicken's resting just a little bit. I'm going to show you how I plate it. I'm also going to take a few questions in this crazy kitchen. Let's see. That's my dog Skype on my phone. Today, we're gonna call this the messy kitchen today. Oh, there's so many of you. Okay, David says he sees me. All right. No questions for me? So far you learned. You don't squeeze the lemon on before cooking the chicken. We're gonna squeeze some beautiful lemon juice at the end. You zest before, you squeeze after. Yes? Soup, we don't saute the vegetables. Sauteing means you're putting it on very high heat and you're caramelizing it and giving it texture. No bueno for soup. For soup, we sweat it. Simple, 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 simple. I'm like, what's that noise? It's the chicken. It's nice and hot and broiled. I love broiled chicken. Then we added our broth. Once we had a beautiful sweat, we're gonna let it simmer a little bit, and then we're gonna blend all those ingredients together. When I'm doing a beautiful plate for lunch, and that's what I'm doing, I taught something called Geo-Lux today. I have a little text. I thought that was from Faye. Okay. And I just like to keep things simple. I always have fresh arugula. I always have tomatoes, some ground pepper. Okay, this is my lunch. I really worked out hard today. A little salt, a little olive oil. We're gonna do the lemon in a bit. Why not shave some of this on top? A little Parmigiano Reggiano. This is like the good stuff. Just that, look at that. Look how little I put on. But do you guys understand how much flavor this gives to me? I'm always dropping tomatoes. Very good. Okay. This is boiling now. I'm bringing it down. I'm gonna bring my chicken to you guys so you can see how beautiful it got cooked. Look at that. Look at the chicken. Gorgeous, right? What did I do? I did nothing. I did nothing to that chicken. I really did nothing to the chicken. I literally took no time. I should get no credit for a delicious dish when you see how easy it is. Now we do the juice. This is the best part. You take your chicken and you squeeze it just on top. Now you're gonna taste it. Not when you cook it and make it all bitter. And to make the plate look a little pretty, because somebody might want more, we're gonna cut this in threes. Remember what I told you about plating? Odd numbers. Let's put one here. And look at that, lunch. In what, 10, 15 minutes? This is a gorgeous lunch. I will take a bite. I want my chicken to just rest a little bit more before I do that. But I mean, how easy is that? And it's just arugula, tomatoes, chicken thighs. You've got protein. You've got fiber. You've got healthy fats. Now let's check on our soup. I'm gonna take a picture of this dish because I just think it looks so beautiful. Why not? Yeah, take a picture of your dishes. Any questions? I'm looking at the app. I feel like I'm in a workout right now. Hi, guys. Yeah, my chat box is not working. I don't know why. I don't know why. Oh, I see. Now I see my comment. Okay. Oh, David said it looks delicious. Jill said, yummo. I too love the umami of parm. Jill Marie, I'm so excited for your fabulous leek and zucchini soup. Okay, good. You guys are here. If you're not here, like my heart pounds. I feel very, very upset. All right, let me show you one of my favorite kitchen tools now. Let's take this a little back. Okay, you see that? Okay. It's hard to see the soup and me at the same time. Maybe it's more important just to see the soup. Okay, best tool. Get yourself one of these. Mine is a Breville. I think I'm saying that correct. This is a blender, a hand blender. Now, you can put this in a blender, a real blender, but then you have to do a step of ladling it into the blender. I like to keep things easy. I'm gonna turn off the heat. And I'm going to show you guys how we're going to use an immersion blender and blend this gorgeous soup. Don't forget to tell me to take out that Parmigiano Reggiano rind. I have to do that. I feel like I'm a little, Julia Child was so fabulous. Where is the rind? Did it melt in there? I think it melted in there. How is that possible? It melted right in there. Okay. That doesn't always happen. Okay, Julia Child, though, made a lot of mistakes in the kitchen, and I loved her for it. She never apologized for it either. All right, here we go. I'm blending this into a beautiful, thick, creamy, healthy, delicious soup that I'm going to enjoy for dinner tonight. Once you blend it on a low speed, you could pick up the speed a little bit. Now, if you add potato and it gives it more of a carb, why not? But I didn't do that. I kept it clean. Wait, there's my rind. I see the rind. It's in there. I gotta pull it out. Here it is. Hold on. That's the rind. Woo! That was hot. I knew it didn't melt. Rinds don't melt. That was sloppy. Today I'm sloppy. All right, almost there, almost there. Woo, it's hot in this kitchen. I think I sweat more from cooking than working out. All right, all right, all right. I think we got it. Okay, and the best part is you go like this, get all the juice off, you unplug it, of course, and then you just rinse it off. And like, yeah, I'll use soap after. A little rinse, and instead of cleaning an entire blender afterwards, right? Look at the rind. I was wondering what happened with it. It got so soft I couldn't feel it. So let's take a look. Now you have a beautiful, gorgeous, thick, oh, the rind, my goodness. Did I just do that again? I did. Soup, see that? Filled with flavor. I'm going to show you how I finish it. I'm gonna add a little salt and pepper one more time. You season in the beginning, middle, and just a little bit more. Okay? A little more pepper. And then we get to the fun part. Dessert. All right, I'm gonna taste this item for you. I really am. So let me do that now. Let me get myself a ladle. Let me bring you back to your little home where it's much more of a pretty view of my kitchen. Okay. Okay, there we go. Order has been restored. I'm gonna get myself a nice little bowl because I'm not gonna eat a lot right now and just doing a little taste. I'm gonna take a bowl. Nice and beautiful, look at that color. I love it, look at the color. And I'm gonna add some chives right on top. I like adding chives to my soup. For some of you, you might wanna add lemon juice. I don't always wanna add lemon though. I add lemon to so many things. I like to keep my flavors. And why not grate some cheese on top? There's some lemon zest in here too, so that could go quite nicely. All right, this is a beautiful, beautiful, healthy soup. Clean, it's not heavy. This is not something that's a heavy soup. This is something that I would eat post-workout. It's probably too hot to taste with any elegance right now. Hold on. Oh my God, guys, so simple. But leeks and zucchini have so much flavor. And the broth I made, because I used bones, and these were bones that I roasted and then I cooked for 24 hours. If you ever want my bone broth recipe, I can't demo it because it's a 24-hour process, but I do have it on my Instagram. And it does add to it because I didn't just put boxed broth in here. This is phenomenal. So good. Really, really good. Let me taste the chicken and then we're gonna get to dessert. Beautiful, isn't it? I mean, do we not eat well here in Gio's kitchen? I'm gonna use this knife. This was given to me from a famous chef in New York. No, it was not my father. Okay, it's perfectly cooked, which is always a little scary. Oh, wow. The flavor with the sage, the garlic, the rosemary, the thyme, the lemon zest, the beautiful olive oil, the toasted brown skin, the bitter arugula, the sweet tomato. This is just the Parmigiano Reggiano, the salt from it. This is just such an elegant post-workout dish. Please add this to your repertoire. It's great for the holidays. It's so good. And the best part is if I was hosting and I was making these dishes, I can participate with my guests in such a great way because it's not like I'm slaving away in the kitchen. We're taking the whole idea that you have to cook for hours and slave away to host. I disagree with that. I remember when I was younger, my mother and my aunt, they were always exhausted by the time the guests came, and I swear to God, I would never be that kind of host. They were amazing, but when guests walked in, these women would be sweating, and they'd be like, all right, come on in. And it was like the guests felt bad. You want to walk in looking refreshed and like you've done nothing. And that's why I like these recipes, because they're easy. We can do them in no time, all right? Who is ready for some dessert? Is anyone with me? Oh, the chat box. Oh, that chat box. If you are with me, comment. I don't see it. I want to show you our dessert. It's super simple, but divine. It's decadent. It's fabulous. It's Geo. It's Nutrition Kitchen. It's BB Body. It's all of it. We're making dates stuffed with whipped ricotta, crushed pistachio, a little orange zest, and honey. Forgive me for my blunders. Toasted chopped pistachio. I don't want to take the time to show you how I toasted them. You can do this rather quickly. I didn't whip the ricotta in a food processor. You know what I did? I took it, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to add a little honey. So this is just plain ricotta, a drop of honey, and you take your fork and you whip it together. It's like ice cream. Ricotta is, we made it last week. You saw me use a food processor. Did anyone try that dish? You whip it, okay? Now, here's our dates on china that my mother bought me. Look at this beautiful china. It's from France. It's really special. We're going to take all of the dates are halved except one because I want to show you this. Remember, you always have to remove your pit unless it says pitted dates. If it says pitted dates, you don't have to do this. I open them. They get a little sticky. You remove the pit. It's that simple. And then open them, yeah? Because we're going to stuff them. So literally open them, okay? We're going to take a little spoon. Is anyone here on the chat box? Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me, BB Body. I'm going to try you guys again. I might call Brooke just so she can read. Oh, I see me. Okay, I love dates. Never thought to use ricotta in them. Oh, well, now, Jill, you can use ricotta. I'm seeing the chat. Looks amazing. I'm definitely going to make this. Okay, good, good, good. You guys are here. You guys are here. I just can't see you. So just take a little spoon. I have a fork in there, but let's do a spoon. And you just simply stuff each date. You don't have to get too fancy. You take them and you stuff them. Just a little dollop, just like that. Very pretty. Very meditative to do things like this, yeah? Such a great dessert. People have had a very big meal. You know how like you have desserts, you buy cakes and nobody wants them anymore. You buy cookies, maybe once in a while. I've had this happen to me so many times. I've made homemade cakes and people like look at it, they're all watching their weight and I'm like, oh boy, why did I spend all that time making a cake? Something like this is a nice finisher because people won't feel guilty. Don't link your fingers while you're serving guests. They won't feel guilty. It's healthy, but it's also tasty and it's small and it's a nice little finisher, especially for people who are fitness minded or have health issues that they're looking at. Because let's be honest, sugar is not that good for us. And although I say you can splurge on the holidays, this can be a dessert you bring throughout the week. It could be a snack, right? Just always have some whipped ricotta ready. You saw how easy that was. And if you're Italian, you might start substituting ricotta for butter. I keep looking at it. It's so good, especially with an organic honey. This is a local organic honey. Okay, look at that. We've got our dates. They would be good just like that, by the way, but we wanna spruce it up a little bit, right? We're Geo Nutrition Kitchen. We have to do things a little bit more elegant and next level, like our workouts, right? This is level 1. Let's take it to level 2. We're gonna take some sea salt. Coarse. I was using a more fine sea salt earlier. Now I'm gonna take a coarse sea salt and just dip it, not too much, just a little bit. There you go. We're taking that, okay? Now we're gonna take our pistachio nuts and just drizzle them on top. Some of them are gonna fall on the plate. It's a little too hard to just let it land perfectly. Look how pretty it is. It's like snow. Let it snow pistachio. Isn't that pretty? Very, very nice. And just take your time with this. There's no rush. Okay. Do we want to drizzle a little honey on top? Why not? It's already in the ricotta, but a little honey. Why not? A little sweetness. Give each one a little dollop. Just a little. Just a drop. That one had a little more than a drop. That's okay. Honey is good for us. Boom. And there. Okay, take the orange now. let's get some zest. I have to clean this because it's got Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. That won't do anyone good. Okay, it's clean. I've already washed my orange. I'm just taking it on top and I'm turning it. You don't want to zest in one place for too long because then you're going into the rind and it gets bitter. So you turn it and you just put some orange, yeah, right onto your plate. And it's looking mighty tasty, my friends. Look, the zest gets caught. Just shake it off. Put it on. Zest has got like a natural oil and it's got a freshness to it. So I love cooking. As you could tell, I think I've zested every time we've met. Okay, that's pretty. And because I like a little color, why not use the orange for anyone who wants orange, yeah? And just cut a few slices to add to the plate. Okay, that was not the best knife for my orange, but that's okay. And you can kind of just put it right there, just like that, for anyone who wants some orange. And just for a little, why not? Cinnamon for the holidays. Delicate, just a little cinnamon right on there. There you go. Dessert. Check it out. Ricotta, whipped. I added a little honey. I added toasted pistachio nuts. They're filled in our dates with some orange zest, a little coarse sea salt. Time to taste it. I feel like I'm always complimenting my food, but I cannot lie. So good. Sweet. But that's what we want. Sweet and nuanced because of that coarse sea salt, because of that zest. It's not just a date with ricotta. It's elevated with all those different little touches and elegant details. And that is it. We have zucchini soup with leeks. We have our gorgeous chicken thighs. I love the kind of color I got on that with a little arugula and tomatoes and dessert. This is a full meal, especially after a workout, a light meal, but a full meal. And my friends, if you need to hear this from someone today, it's going to be me. I love you guys. You deserve to feel love. And I don't think there's any better place than to feel love. I'm going to get emotional, except through food. When you treat and feed yourself with this kind of attention and love, it starts the whole process of self-love. And if you start feeding others like this, they're going to feel your love. So I think love starts right here in the home at the table. So you deserve that kind of love. Even if you make it for yourself, you are so worth it, my friend. I love you, love your food, and bon appetito. I'm gonna have another drop of the soup. We're going from dessert to food, but the soup is just so good. And happy holidays. Merry Christmas, happy Hanukkah. I'm really grateful for all of you. Let me check out the chat box. Oh, Heather's at lunch with Dad and Elaine. All right, any more questions? I'll hang out for about a minute and then I'll let you guys go. I think we were on for a full 45 minutes today. So yeah, no more questions or comments. I'll head off then. But I see some. If we make our stock, do we need to skim the fat? So I do. I believe a good stock needs love and attention. And as soon as that fat skims to the top, you just lightly skim it off. Otherwise, it's going to be oily and fatty. You want a clean, clear stock. Stocks are a big deal. They're the base to cooking. Sometimes you'll follow a recipe. It doesn't come out like the one you thought you were making because the stock isn't correct. So the way a mat is the base to our exercise, we need a good mat for our foundation, good form. The same thing in the kitchen, a good stock. So my stock, and it's only because I know what I'm doing, it has nothing to do with talent. My chicken stock is next level. Like you could sip it, drink it, and I'll give you guys the recipe. So request it and I'll put a link. It's just very, very good. That's why I was able to make it so quickly because there was attention to that stock. So that was a great question. I like the sweaty term with the vegetables. It's not one I created, David. It's a culinary term. Sweat versus saute. And good chefs do both. They sweat a little, they saute a little, and that's how you create culinary magic. So these are all techniques. You guys will get really good at this. Okay. I think that's it. Do I have anybody else? Nope. All right. Until we meet again next year in Nutrition Kitchen, I will be showing you for our first episode, which I believe is January 8th, the proper way to make a vinaigrette, which I cannot wait. What else am I showing you? Oh, and how to cook the perfect salmon. I know it sounds kind of like, really, salmon? But everybody tells me. Brooke tells me my salmon is so good, so I want to show you how I do it. And we're going to start simple, clean, new year, but vinaigrette. There's such an art to it, and we're going to start doing it next year in 2026. All right, everyone, I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for joining.